What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a realistic rebuild, and we're going to be doing it with the Los Angeles Rams. I figure this team they're in a win now mode, but they're not winning, so I feel like they're the best team to rebuild. Since it is a realistic rebuild, we're going to be starting in the playoffs, and the Rams at 5-12 obviously didn't make the playoffs. Let's have a look at this roster real quick. There's not a lot going for them, honestly. We have some injuries to Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford. We have really nothing besides them on offense. Cam Akers he's all right. I'll probably see what I can do with him. 23 star. I was hyped for him at the beginning of his career, and then that injury hurt him, and obviously that's what injuries do. But we got Tyler Higbee over here. He's 29. He's not really going to get much better. Might look to trade him during the draft if I can. We'll see, though. It's realistic, so I'll try not to do anything hyper unrealistic. On D-line, we got Greg Gaines. He's 26 star. He's solid, right? Man, I hate how it takes you back to offense every time. But we got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on defense. Biggest pieces of the team on defense. Aaron Donald's 31, though, so he's going to start hitting that regression pretty soon. But he'll probably stick around until he retires, I would imagine. Jalen Ramsey, 27. He's still got some time before he regresses, and he's going to get to 99, I believe. Aside from them on defense is Bobby Wagner. He's old, and he's only a star. He's about to hit regression. Regression is going to hit him hard this next season. Clearly not in a good spot, cap space-wise. And there's not a lot we can do for savings because of all the penalties that players have due to their awesome bonuses. Higbee's one that we could possibly use. Havenstein, possible. He's 30 years old, but he's still our best offensive lineman. Matt Gay, I could draft a kicker in the 7th round, save some money there. So I probably won't re-sign him, just so I can do that. Baker Mayfield's going to walk. We have a lot of decisions to make. Let's just say that. We are going to be using the Del Santo 2023 NFL draft class. I have not used it before. I actually haven't done any draft classes at all, aside from the computer-generated ones. So we'll see how this goes. So, Bills and Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, and the Bills ended up winning in the Super Bowl 38-28. Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes, and the NFL MVP, obviously. And then Jalen Petrie, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Alright. We all know who it's actually going to be. Sauce. Let's take a look at this mock draft and see what's going on. Brian Bresee at number 1. I don't think that'll happen. But who knows? Obviously, we don't have the most ideal draft picks. 2nd, 3rd, 3 6s, and a 7. We're going to do what we can, but that's not ideal. Here we are in the re-sign period. I don't know about Havenstein because this is a lot of money for someone who's going to be regressing. Definitely not going to re-sign Matt Gay. Taylor Rapp at 25. I feel like I have to. Just because we don't know what we're going to have at safety. Or I could let him hit free agency and try and get him there. But I'm just thinking because we don't have the most money. I do want to bring back Greg Gaines. If I can get him on a 3-year, bring down the bonus. Alright, well, apparently the bonus was more necessary than I thought. David Long, be good to bring back. 4-year, 2.5. Of course, he's not interested in the team, so he's not going to come back. I'll give Taylor Rapp an offer. He's not interested in the team. Let's go 5-year, 2.7. That's all I'm doing. All right, you're going to test free agency. That's fine. And then Havenstein's not even interested, and I'm not going to give him more money than he wants. So unfortunately, he's going to walk as well. And then we're going to go into free agency with $55 million. All right, so I targeted 5. These are my 5 players I chose. Byron Murphy. No teams were interested except us, so I gave him a little offer. Mecole Hardman. Eagles are above us right now. I might try and boost his money a little bit just because we do need more weapons. Terrence Steele, since we let Havenstein walk. Terrence Steele's younger. No one else is interested. He's cheaper. Feel like it was a good choice. Went back after Greg Gaines because he's really the best option at D tackle in free agency. Like, there's some that are kind of same level, but for his price and his age and his star dev trait, is probably the best bang for your buck there. And then I grabbed Michael Heck. I believe he was on the team, and then I overlooked him. But at 310 pounds, 83 speed, I kind of want that kind of monster on my team. And we got 4 of them, except for Greg Gaines. Havenstein went to the Chiefs. Wait, did Greg Gaines get signed for real? He went with the Vikings. All right. We ended up getting Mo Hurst as our D tackle. And so the 5 free agents I signed, only going to do these 5. Byron Murphy, Mecole Hardman, Terrence Steele, Mo Hurst, Michael Heck. We are in Spain without the S, but I'm going to take a shot at Connor McGovern to finish out the free agency, actually. I'll give him a 3-year, actually. That should do it. No one else is offering on him. And, yeah. We kind of need... I looked at the line. It's bad. It is not good right now. And it's not showing Terrence Steele on there. I don't know if he's injured, but this is what we're working with at the moment. We have Terrence Steele here, and then we're going to have very bad everywhere. So probably going to look to use all of our picks on offensive line, if I had to guess. Little did I know Terrence Steele's out for 20 weeks. So that was not a good signing. Oh, man. Maybe I should have turned pre-existing injuries off. But you know what? We're taking a chance on him. We're betting that he's going to be our guy in the future. Without further ado, let's get into this 2023 NFL Draft and see if the Bears actually do take Brian Bresee first. They took Kayshon Boutte. I'm not upset with that pick because Fields does need more weapons, but I feel like they could trade down and get that still. I'm just going to go through the first 5 picks and then we'll skip to our pick. Bryce Young at number 2 to the Texans. CJ Stroud. Why? That doesn't even make sense. Literally makes no sense. How long is he injured? 13, complete ACL. He's going to be fine for the season. Oh my gosh. I thought they fixed it. Come on, Madden. Brian Bresee goes to the Colts at number 4. Would have thought they would trade down or take Will Levis. Jalen Carter to the Seahawks. I could see that. Lions take Will Anderson. That's not good for the league. Raiders. Take Zion Nelson for whoever their quarterback is going to be. In real life, it's not going to be Derek Carr. Jackson Smith and Jigba to the Titans. I don't see them taking a receiver. I mean, yeah, they need it with Treylon injuries, but they're not a passing team at the moment. Paris Johnson to the Jets. Okay, you guys still need a quarterback, though. Falcons take Miles Murphy. I'm just waiting to see who takes Will Levis. Is it going to be the Panthers? No, they take Jacqueline Roy. Okay. Texans go with Andrew Voorhees. I would have loved to get him, but obviously we're not in a position to do that. Zach Strong. Let me see what the offensive linemen are looking like. I could potentially try to move up for one of the top ones, like Peter Skoronski. That'd be a good one for us. Who else is there? I don't know too much about this draft. I might just take who falls to us, to be honest. Keely Ringo goes to Washington. Steelers took Peter Skoronski. All right, so now we're just gonna see what's there for our pick. I imagine these draft classes are hard to get right because Brandon Joseph went to Notre Dame. Actually, he does look really, really good, but decent speed doesn't feel like something I really want to take a chance on right now. We're going to take Osiris Torrance because I wasn't expecting much coming into this draft anyway. He's going to come with hidden dev, so I feel like it was the right choice there. I'm going to take Emil Ekiyor with our 3rd round pick, also as hidden dev, bolstering up this offensive line because we're going to need it with how bad that offensive line looked. Taking a look at our draft after the fact, not great. The first 2 picks, they're going to be a 70 overall in the 3rd round with hidden dev. I'll take that. Instant starter for these 2. The rest, we'll see. I just kind of went with our positional needs and who looked decent. Jermaine Baker he looked like the best of the bunch out of the safeties, and then I grabbed some depth D linemen and a middle linebacker, Tommy Gordon, because he's fast. Peter Skoronski was only a 75 with normal dev, so I'm not mad that we didn't trade up for him. After rummaging through all of the free agents I could, this is what we're going to be rolling out with. On offense, I didn't really sign anyone. This is what we got. I moved Osiris Torrance over to right tackle for the time being until Terrence Steele returns. And then we have Paul Hardman at wide receiver 2. We got Allen Robinson. We got Van Jefferson over there. On defense, I had to sign a lot. I moved Jordan Fuller over to free safety, where's the scheme fit. I signed Jonathan Abram to start at strong safety. I signed Kyle Van Noy to start at right outside linebacker. Signed Deshaun Hand at left end. And assigned Javier Thomas to be our 3rd corner. Special teams, I signed J.K. Scott and Riley Patterson for kicker and punter. And this is what we are going to roll with for the season. We thankfully got Terrence Steele back before the start of the season, so this is what our offensive line is going to look like for now. Going to have Allen starting at left tackle just until Noboom gets back, because I moved Connor McGovern to center and Osiris Torrance back to left guard. I also signed Zonovan Knight as a backup running back, and that is all the changes I made. At the midseason mark, very surprised to find this team at 5-2, to be honest. Players ready to negotiate. We have Bobby Wagner, who I might look to trade him and Higbee. I do want to bring back Cam Akers, but I'll wait to see if he has a good season. If not, then I'll just replace him. Jordan Fuller I'd like to bring back for sure. See if that's enough for him. Oh, I don't even have cap room. We're in the negative right now. We gotta fix that. That's, oh man, that's the problem with this team. The Broncos have green interest in both Wagner and Higbee, and they actually do need middle linebacker and tight end at this moment. So I'm going to try and do it for a 3 and a future 2, and it's done. I could have probably got more, but I'm trying to be more realistic, so I feel like that's a realistic kind of trade for that. And that should free up a little bit of cap space. I'm not going to say, no, it didn't because of penalties. So we're kind of screwed right now. As you can see, the Stafford contract really is killing us. That $74 million penalty isn't gonna go very well. Then we have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp. This Leonard Floyd contract is terrible. The Joseph Noboom contract is terrible. Allen Robinson, way overpaid to be a 3rd receiver. Like, what were they doing? We ended up finishing 7-10 after trading away Bobby Wagner and Tyler Higbee. It just had to be done. At least they're off the books now. I don't know how it's going to affect the future, but for now, we're still in the negatives, I believe. It says we have 24, but the cap penalty is just so bad. So bad. We'll go ahead and take a look at our team stats. Stafford had an okay year. Not too many picks, so that's nice to see. Cam Akers didn't even break 1,000 yards. He played every game and didn't even break. That's insane. Might need to change playbook. Cooper Kupp, of course, did Cooper Kupp things. Allen Robinson. Nicole Hardman did nothing. He missed one game, and this is what he does. That is not what you want to see out of him. Ernest Jones was our leading tackler just because we traded Bobby Wagner away. I'm sure he would have been at number 1. Tackle for loss, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Deshaun Hand all getting double digits. Sacks, Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd double digits. And then we did not do good on picks. I don't know how many Bobby Wagner had before he left. Let's go take a look at the Broncos real quick just to see. Who was their leading tackler? Oh, he had 2 picks actually. And then as for receiving for them, Tyler Higbee finished with 720 and 7. Of course, gonna check out the Pro Bowl. Cooper Kupp. No brainer to make it. Tyler Higbee made it on the other side actually with the Broncos. As for offensive line, I wouldn't expect to see anything. Aaron Donald. And it looks like that is all we had. Yep. Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald. As expected. Check out yearly awards. No Rams there. No Sean McVay there. Cooper Kupp was second in Offensive Player of the Year voting. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald at 4. Offensive Rookie, we had offensive linemen, so I wouldn't expect any. Best QB, better not see him there. Cam Akers was trash. Cooper Kupp wins Best Receiver. Best D lineman, Aaron Donald at 3. Leonard Floyd at number 6 for Best Linebacker. Best DB, no Jalen Ramsey. Riley Patterson, Best Kicker for number 3. As a matter of fact, I didn't even notice. Did Byron Murphy do nothing this season? He was 3rd in tackles on our team. No picks, 4 deflections. That was just a terrible season from these two. Team started out hot, and then I traded Wagner and Higbee. I wonder if they were what was keeping this team together. And it looks like the Seahawks ended up winning the Super Bowl with Geno Smith over the Chiefs. Okay. Bijan Robinson wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Zach Harrison, Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Bears. And with $10 million in cap space, we're not going to be able to sign much. Might be able to bring Jordan Fuller back, and that's about it. We're in for a world of hurt. We ain't getting Cam Akers. I don't believe we can get him back. Do my best. We'll get Jordan Fuller on a 4-year. See if that's enough to bring him back. It is not. And then, can we even afford to pay Cam Akers? We could, but after the season he just had, I don't want to bring him back. I'll be honest, he had 800 yards. That's awful. Van Jefferson, 28 years old, started to have 4th receiver, don't want him. And then the rest is all depth. But if we can get some, I don't really want to pay him that much. I'd rather just sign. If I'm going to get a depth lineman, they're going to be a lot cheaper than that, I'll tell you what. They're going to be an undrafted 60 overall. How much does Riley Patterson want? I just don't want to pay these guys. We have draft capital coming up, right? What about Jonathan Abram? I don't hate that. If he doesn't want to come back, cool. No one wanted you. That's why you were available for me. I'll tell you that. Zonovan Knight, I'd like to bring back. Good depth piece. Actually, probably don't even need to bump that. And I don't. That's a good re-signing there for Zonovan Knight. For some reason, Murphy's dev trait did go up to superstar. I'm not sure why. He didn't do anything. But looking around, hopefully Matt Stafford retires after next season because he's just, I don't know what to do about that. And that's why I wanted to rebuild this team, because it was going to be a challenge. We need tight end. We need running back. Offensive line is decent enough for now compared to everything else. We need safety, linebacker, edge, maybe left end. I could move Bobby Brown over here probably. Third corner. And I have enough money to maybe sign one person in free agency. If we had money, this class would be goated. Devin White is here. They have Antoine Winfield over here. And those are 2 people I would love to sign. Just can't afford it right now. And then Ed Oliver's also available at D-tackle. So is Derek Brown. I could barely afford Javon Kinlaw if I want to go after him. Kind of looking like the guy I'm going to go after right now. Although I don't know because I don't want to use up all my money. I want to have some spare just in case. So I think I'm just going to not sign anyone, go through the draft, and then sign whoever I can in free agency post-draft. Thankfully, we do have picks this year because we are going to need them. We pick at number 10. I saw some pretty decent quarterbacks in this draft, but we're not going to be in position to draft one. This is probably going to be Christmas right here. Clayton Christmas. I would have loved that dude. He looked pretty dang good, and so did the first quarterback. So I'm interested to see what overalls they have. Roy Love goes to the Texans. Dwayne Allen, receiver to the Chargers. Paul Jones, another quarterback off the board within the first 5 picks. So we know our biggest needs. Frank Sapp, maybe a distant relative of Warren Sapp. Looks like a decent athlete. He has A, power move, and B, block shedding, so that's definitely something to think about. After looking through the draft, I decided I'm going to trade down because it just feels like the right decision with how many holes we need to fill, and I can pick up, although it's at the end of the first and second, it's still 2 extra picks within the first 64 picks, and then also a first rounder next year. Feels like the best option to me, and that's what we're going to do. Aaron Porter did look okay though. Good, literally good everything. B, power move, B, block shedding. I believe he was a speed rusher archetype. So actually, I'm going to take Aaron Porter here. Only normal dev, but a speed rusher archetype with B power moves is very interesting to me. This middle linebacker is around 3 to 4 projection, but he's 6'3", 237. Comes in with great speed, good, great, elite, everything. As B man, A to C zone, B tackle. We're getting Lance Meadows. Hidden dev. Dude's an animal. With our second pick in the second round, I'm going to go ahead and take Brandon Huff, our future starting tight end. Well, he will be a starting tight end right off the bat, actually. Hidden dev. You like to see it. Here in round 3, I think I'm going to take Isaiah Gentry. Doesn't look to be too amazing, but we do need safety help. And hopefully he'll be good enough to jump in and start playing for us. Gonna take a chance on another safety here at the end of the 3rd round. We're gonna go with Eric Farr. Hopefully one of these safeties can jump in and play for us, maybe both if we need it. We're lacking at safety. I'd say we had a pretty dang good draft. Aaron Porter comes out to be a 73 overall, normal dev, but considering he has 77 finesse, 71 power moves, and 76 block shedding with pretty good speed, I'll take it. Then we get Lance Meadows, 70 overall middle linebacker, hidden dev. Looks pretty dang good. Zone coverage is 69, that's pretty good for a second round rookie. We got Brandon Huff, our new starting tight end, 6'5", 83 speed, good short route running, and decent enough catching. And then the safeties, we have Isaiah Gentry, front support safety. Looks alright. Looks okay. Not amazing, but didn't expect anything amazing. And then also Eric Farr. Looks like he might be okay. He has really good traits, aggressive, high motor, strip ball. You'd like to see that. Undisciplined though, but he does have 71 zone. Running back comes out as a 73 overall, so he's already better than Zonovan Knight. 88 carrying, you like to see that. And then I took Rafael Tafoya in the 5th or 6th round. Looks to be a good depth piece at edge. 72 finesse. I took Max Strickland, kicker, 6th round. 90 kick power, 84 accuracy, you love to see it. He was the best looking kicker there was. And then with the final pick, I took Carlos Henderson, D tackle, depth piece, because we need depth. It looks like no one ended up signing AJ Dillon, so I'm going to bring him in on a little 1-year contract here. See if he can help us out this season. We'll bring in Bryce Callahan to be our 3rd corner. Looking at our team for what is technically year 2. O-line is somehow like our strongest position. Tight end, we got the rookie Huff. We got AJ Dillon starting at running back now with Stanford the backup and Zonovan Knight 3rd. Allen Robinson will be his final season with the team. Hopefully Matt Stafford retires after this year. Then on defense, we got Meadows at MLB 2. Starting Farr and Baker at safety. This is not ideal. Ramsey lost a superstar after last season doing nothing. Callahan ended up getting injured in the preseason, so that's great. We're going to start Heck at left end. And then we have the rookie kicker and Braden Mann at punter. At the midseason mark, things are not looking great. 2-5. Let's see how the team's doing. Stafford's doing all right. Not too bad. But you know, AJ Dillon, of course, not doing good. I forgot to change the playbook. I think for the rest of the season, I'll change it to Tampa Bay playbook and see how that plays out. See if we finish with anything better. Ernest Jones, Lawrence Meadows doing all right. Jalen Ramsey having a much better season. But the team overall is just not doing good. We will look at contracts here at the midseason mark, actually. Aaron Donald, still 97 overall, 33 years old. I give him a 2-year contract. He's going to want a lot more because he's not interested in the team, apparently. And he still wants more. But we're going to give it to him because he's Aaron Donald. Nicole Hardman hasn't really lived up to his contract. I'm not sure if I really want to bring him back. There might be better options in free agency. Allen Robinson not coming back. Definitely want Ernest Jones. Young player who's been kind of carrying the team. See if that's enough for him. And we'll bring back Ernest Jones on a 5-year deal. Mo Hurst, you know, he's up there. He's just kind of like, he's a plug and play guy right now. If I can get him on a 1-2, he wants a 1 year. I can go a 1 year. There's a dog barking outside, but all right. See if we can get him on a 1-year deal. He said he wanted a 1 year, but the length is bringing down the deal. That doesn't even make sense, bro. Note boom, we're going to need to look to replace. Doesn't want too big of a deal, but he wants more, and he's not worth more, if I'm being honest. So we're going to have to give Aaron Donald more. If Hardman wants to come back on the cheap, we can get him on a team-friendly deal. Fine. If not, I don't want him. Don't try and exploit him. All right, well, don't try and exploit my good heart, brother. And we end up finishing with a worse record than last year. Granted, we did have Bobby Wagner and a lot of key pieces when we had 5 wins to start the season last year. So, can't really base it much on that. Stafford had a way better end of the season after switching to the Tampa Bay playbook. AJ Dillon started with under 400. I think it was closer to the lower 300s actually. Ends up with 810 touchdowns. So much better second half of the season for him in the Tampa scheme. Hardman's still really not doing much, so I don't think I'm going to pay him. Huff, the rookie tight end, did all right. Defensively, Ernest Jones and Meadows led the way, combining for over 250 tackles. Tackle for losses. Aaron Porter had himself a good season. Leonard Floyd, we had 5 players in double digits. Heck did all right. Starting at left end, 11 tackles for loss, pretty good. Aaron Donald, 19.5 sacks. That's about normal. Picks, Jalen Ramsey didn't get another one the rest of the season. The rookie Eric Farr had 3 picks actually, and Byron Murphy did much better than last season. The rookie Max Strickland, 11 for 12 on field goals, made all of his extra points. You love to see it. Kick returns, no touchdowns. Punt returns, no touchdowns. Let's check out the Pro Bowl roster, see if we had anyone in here. Cooper Kupp, of course, makes the Pro Bowl because he's Cooper Kupp. No offensive lineman, makes sense. Aaron Donald, of course. And outside of that, oh, the rookie Farr made the Pro Bowl. That's something you like to see. No changes that I can see. Hold on. The man Brandon Huff came out with X Factor. And he didn't get up to that, did he? No, he had X Factor all along. Okay, so we hit on that pick. Nothing else on offense. On defense, Farr goes up to star. Meadows, I believe he probably progressed up to superstar. Yeah, he got defensive rookie of the year, so that gave him superstar dev. Okay. Also defensively, Porter is a star, and Ramsey went back up to an X factor, but Murphy went back down to a star. You don't love to see that. 2024 season recap. Chiefs beat the Panthers 17-14 in the Super Bowl, with Patrick Mahomes being the MVP of the Super Bowl. Tua with the Texans, NFL MVP. Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year is Cooper Kupp. Defensive Player of the Year is Aaron Donald. And we have Defensive Rookie of the Year with Lance Meadows. But we had 5 wins. Unfortunately, we threw the bag at Aaron Donald and he decides he wants to play somewhere else, but he will be franchise tagged. It's a lot of money, but we need Aaron Donald back. And we're going to let basically everyone walk except for Aaron Donald. Unfortunately, Matt Stafford did not retire. In free agency, I chose 5 players to go after. Amon-Ra, we're going to have to throw the bag at because the Chargers are apparently throwing even more than I could even hope to throw at him, but he also might be more interested in their team than our team. He has no interest in us, but he's the best receiver available, and I would love to have him along with Cooper Kupp. Travis Etienne, we need a running back. He's young, he doesn't want too much money, and yeah, that's about it. He has some interest in us. Sean Murphy Bunting, no one else is going after him. Really good speed, good, decent coverage to be our 3rd cornerback. I'd love that. Sam Cosmi, I didn't realize he was there at first, but he'd be a great replacement for Joseph Nobu on the left side if we could grab him. The Eagles are offering him absolutely nothing, apparently. And then Caden Stearns isn't interested in us, but no one else is going after him. He has 80 zone coverage and good speed, and we need help at safety. And we ended up signing everyone except for Amon-Ra. He went to the Chargers. We'll try Josh Palmer. And we get Josh Palmer, wide receiver number 2. Apparently Farr regressed for no reason, so gotta love that. I went ahead and signed Ian Thomas and Charles Omenihu as well. We end up with pick 5. Could be time to get a new quarterback. Don't see one in the top 5 though, that's not good. Antoine Murphy is the best quarterback in this draft. And that's not good. This is a very poor quarterback draft. Thankfully, we still have Stafford, even though he's not great. He's still getting paid a lot. This running back looks amazing. I kind of wish I didn't take ETN in free agency. Looks incredible. Great speed, good excel, good agility, great strength. With A power move, B finesse move. This is going to be our Leonard Floyd replacement. With our 2nd pick in the 1st round, you know it had to be a safety. Desmond Hankins also comes out with hidden dev. Looks to be pretty dang good out the gate. With our 1st pick in the 2nd round, I'm going to be taking D tackle Michael Winters. Looks amazing with his combine grade. And yeah, another hidden dev. With our 2nd pick in the 2nd round, we had back-to-back 4 and 5 in the 2nd round. I'm going to take Antoine Murphy, the top quarterback in the draft. And maybe he'll be Stafford's successor. Decided I'm going to trade away my 3rd round pick for a 2nd next year and a 7th this year from the Browns. Well, you can't hit on every pick, but we did hit on the first 3 picks at least. Quarterback looks like he's going to be a bust, but at least we still have Stafford for the time being. I drafted a 3rd string tight end in the 4th round, a fullback in the 5th, and a 6'9" tight end. I didn't even know they made him like that. But we got a 6'9" tight end on the roster. We got to win now. So, heading into year 3, this is what the roster looks like. Going to start our rookie, Antoine Murphy, at quarterback. He's the same overall as Stafford, just way younger. And they're basically the same. Stafford just has a little more awareness, and I'm talking maybe by 10. But at this point, I think Rams fans would be okay with Stafford not playing. And the throw power kind of makes me think he wouldn't be good for us anyway. But you know how veteran QBs play. Hopefully he mentors Murphy and we get something out of him. Defense is looking a lot better now. I'm not going to say it looks perfect. I was hoping the team would be a lot better at this point in the rebuild. But you know what? This is the best it's looked so far. At the midseason mark, we were 2-5. Had a breakout player. It was Caden Stearns. To see if he got it, and he did not. That would have been nice to get some kind of help, and we're now 2-6. Stop the sim just a little before the playoffs, and we're 3-11. At least we're going to have a good draft pick. Just wanted to see if we had anyone we need to re-sign. Jalen Ramsey is one of them. I'd give him a 3-year, and we have plenty of cap space. He has interest in the team, so I feel like boosting the years would do enough here. And we got Jalen Ramsey back, didn't have to boost the money too much. Aaron Donald for sure. 95, he's 34. Give him a 2-year. He's not interested in the team, so we're going to have to bump this up. I might have to franchise tag him, unfortunately, just to do 15 of 15. And he wants more. We're probably going to end up franchise tagging him because that's just a lot of money. Connor McGovern is serviceable. And he's back with the team. Troy Bridge, don't care. Shepard was our 3rd receiver for the year. We need to bolster up the receiver room for sure this offseason. Larry Ogunjobi, I signed in free agency as a backup. He's 31 years old, 72 overall. Don't plan on bringing him back. Liam Eichenberg seems like a serviceable backup. I do that deal, and we get it back. And aside from that, Matt Pert backup, Troy Anderson backup. All these backups don't need to come back. We really just need Aaron Donald, so I'm going to throw the bag at him for that. And after changing the salary from 15 mil to 17 mil, Aaron Donald is back with the team. That was not the season I was hoping for. 3-14 obviously didn't make the playoffs. Let's see how the quarterback did. 6th in yards, not too bad. The picks are a little high though. ETN, he had 14 touchdowns. The yards just aren't there, and I think it's the Tampa playbook that's doing that. What was his average though? 3.4, that's terrible. We had 3 receivers over 1,000 yards. That's pretty dang good. Tight end, almost 1,000 yards as well. So the passing game was not the problem, actually. On defense, Aaron Donald, of course, 17 sacks, and no one else really did too much. The rookie Tyquan Wheaton with 5. As for picks, Jalen Ramsey had 3, Lance Meadows had 2, Murphy Bunting had 2, and then 1 for Tyquan Wheaton. Wheaton actually had a pretty decent season. And now we'll take a look at the Pro Bowl. I expect Aaron Donald to be there at least. No quarterbacks. No running backs. Cooper Kupp. And Aaron Donald, of course. Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, every year. Lance Meadows made the Pro Bowl, that's something. And looks like that's it. Now let's take a look at the yearly awards. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. Arthur Smith, not realistic. Jacoby Myers with the Packers, Offensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald gets his Defensive Player of the Year award. Tyree Harper with the Falcons. And it was just Aaron Donald. Cool. And it is the Chiefs destroying the Panthers 35-7 in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP and League MVP. Looking at free agency, there wasn't a whole lot there, so I went with Jameson Williams as my first offer, who would really help the wide receiver room. And went with the best options at kicker and punter were Daniel Carlson and Logan Cook. Gave them some cheap 1-year deals. Nakobe Dean as a 3rd middle linebacker, and Randy Watkins as a rotational D lineman. We have signed 4 of them. Haven't signed Jameson Williams. The Saints look like they want to get in on this. We're going to boost Jameson Williams. Give him a 4-year. I think I actually had this higher before, and then they took it down. I'd be fine with that offer. And that still puts us below them. And I don't know why it keeps taking it down. It's kind of annoying. Like, just leave it where it was. That's 10 mil. That puts us on top. I don't know if I really feel safe with that though. Think I'll do like 7.2 and see how that goes. I'd be comfortable with him giving him that deal still. And then we'll leave Al, see if he comes. Hope he doesn't come, but you know what I mean. We got him. This mock draft has us taking a quarterback at number 1 overall. Gets happy feet. I don't know how I feel about that. Abandons the initial reads. Poor speed. I don't think I really want Robert Hunter, to be honest, but he could be an X factor for all I know. There's also Aaron Pickens down here. Gets rid of the ball at the first sign of pressure, whether the window is open or closed. That's aggressive, forcing passes. He's great speed, solid throw power, though. He's a good athlete, just not great throw power. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I forgot to see if we had any dev ups, and it doesn't look like it. I would have kind of hoped Murphy went up. Oh, finally, Stafford retired. Hallelujah. Aaron Donald got back to X Factor. I think that's about it. And then Wheaton came out with Star. Alright guys, I was going through trying to set up a draft board and I stumbled upon Eric Wilbur, who ran a 4.27 at the combine and a 4.26 at the pro day. But that's second. Who ran faster than a 4.26? I found the guy who ran a 4.25 at the pro day, but his speed says great instead of elite, so I don't know. Seems like he might be slower. He's not really great at anything. He's potential undrafted, but I might grab him just to see, you know? And I was also looking at these QBs. Aaron Pickens looks like the better one, even though he has less throw power. He ran a 4.51. He's pretty dang fast for a QB. All these combine and pro day stats look pretty dang good to me. And his skills: A, awareness; A, break sack; A, play action; A, short; A, under pressure; B, throw on the run; C, deep. The only thing really worse is his deep accuracy. And for Robert Hunter, he has C, play action; he has C, throw on the run; C, short. Like, I think if I go with one of these guys, it's going to be Pickens, and I have the number 1 pick, so I may as well trade down Taylor Hawkins. If I can trade down and get some pretty good picks, like A, hit power; B, zone coverage, that's not even all. Look at his speed of 4.38. You never see, like, I never see safeties this fast. And good strength, A, hit power. I have to get Hawkins. He's going to be our free safety. He's going to replace Caden Stearns for sure. Finally, we trade down. We pick up a second rounder this year in the process. We'll see who the Eagles take. And they go with Taylor Kerr, actually. So we're gonna trade down again. And their top need is QB. They should want to trade up really bad for this spot. Like, I'm not trying to just bone them. I hate it here. I ended up changing their 2 into a 3 this year and a 4 next year. And Caden Stearns serviced us for a year, but we're going to be drafted in his replacement, so I didn't really feel the need to hold on to him. We have like 5 safeties over 70 overall, so it was just unnecessary. And now with their pick, the Vikings don't even take a quarterback, which they needed. It is ridiculous, bro. As much as I want to keep trading back, I know it's not realistic, so we're just going to take our quarterback here. The Lions and Broncos both need a quarterback, so if I was going to trade down again, it would be with the Lions. But trying to be more realistic with this rebuild, so we're just going to take Aaron Pickens here at pick number 3. Has the speed, has decent enough throw power. I think he's going to be our guy for the future. Meander the Commander. I'm going to risk it, and we risk it for the biscuited. And they get Eric Wilbur, actually that really fast receiver. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get him, but it is what it is. We'll check him out after the draft. Oh my gosh, 92 speed, 91 excel, 91 agility, 89 change of direction, 21-year-old hybrid. New starting free safety, hidden dev as well. With this pick, I'm going to go with Danny Tucker. He's just a little bit faster and stronger than Devin Flowers, and he does come out with hidden dev. 81 speed for an interior lineman, pretty incredible. He could honestly play edge, but we don't need him to. We need him to fill that new spot that we just made vacant with the trade to the Eagles. I'm going to go with Grant Carey here. He's only normal dev, but even if he doesn't start, he'll be solid rotational piece on the edge. I'd love to take a receiver. There's just Ben Dickens, okay. There's just not a lot here, to be honest. George Lewis looks like he might be possibly an okay receiver. With this pick, I'm going to go ahead and take Ben Fitzsimmons. He's the fastest of the 3 linemen available, and he does have hidden dev. He's the only one with a sub 5 flat 40, so it's got to mean something, right? Right before this pick, the Eagles took the running back, what was his name, George Hayward. Yep. Eagles went ahead and took him with the number 2 pick in the 3rd round. And that's going to let us go ahead and take another one of those linemen. We're going to go ahead and take Randy Neal here, I think. Yeah. We'll go with Randy Neal. See what he has to offer. Also, hidden dev. You love to see it. Bolstering up that O-line, even though we have a pretty solid O-line. Still good to have depth. Here in the 5th round, I only have 3 players left on my board, and they're all receivers. We have George Lewis, who's a day 3 receiver. He looks pretty decent. for, you know, a day 3, 6'4" receiver. 91 speed's not too bad for his size. With my next pick, I'm gonna go ahead and take Britton Wagner, that receiver who had the fastest 40 at his pro day. And yeah, he's probably gonna be the returner for this team, to be honest. Grant Carey ended up being not that great, but I think it's because of his awareness and play rec. He actually has 76 power move and block shedding. Good speed and excel, decent strength for an edge. So we took Pickens, and then the Lions took Hunter. And he's normal dev. Not as slow as I thought he'd be, but normal dev. Even if our guy is only star, I'm still happy we took Aaron Pickens. Let's just do this. There he is, Eric Wilbur. And it'll be a 75 hidden dev. Dude is a freak. His change of direction isn't that great, but it doesn't matter when you have that much straight line speed. Ends up having superstar. Yeah, makes sense. And the best player in the drafts were actually Marco Farr and Eric Barkley. Heading into year 4, this is what our team was looking like. Probably didn't need a quarterback, seeing as Murphy didn't have a terrible season. But, you know, the dev trait was going to do it for me. Osiris Torrington Ekiyor, looking like our best lineman. Terrence Steele hasn't been too bad. And then, you know, we added Jameson Williams to the receiving core with Cooper Kupp and Josh Palmer, with George Lewis being our 4th. On defense, only real changes are Tucker now at left end. We have Randy Watkins, who we signed in free agency at D tackle. And then we have Taylor Hawkins starting at free safety. At the midseason mark, not what I wanted to see, 1-6. Things aren't going well. As for stats, we have the 6th offense, and Aaron Pickens isn't doing, he's probably throwing picks like a mother. No, he only has 3. So ETN has 500 yards at midseason, not too bad. I think it's the defense, honestly. I'm going to try and change the defensive playbook. I don't know what the best defensive playbook is, but I'm going to go with Giants for the rest of the season and see if it changes anything at all. And then let's take a look at the lineup, see if there's any dev traits revealed yet. If not, then we'll find out at the end of the season, you know? Pickens, of course, comes out as a star. Not too surprising. I'm guessing Ekiyor got injured. They decided to start Ryan Neal over Ekiyor. So we're going to change that. Looks like Cooper Kupp is injured right now. That's not very good. And Hawkins also comes out as a star. Tucker comes out as a star. A lot of stars coming out of this one. That's not what you want to see. At the end of the season, we come out with a 6-11 record, so I think the playbook change might have helped out a bit. Let's see if our offense dropped down to 16th. We were in 6th when I was at the mid-season mark, and defense is 20th now. So, no, didn't help anything. And I guess ETN got injured right after that because he didn't get many more yards. Cooper Kupp, Jameson Williams, Josh Palmer, the culprits are up here. This is a very unfortunate rebuild, and I don't know if it's just because the Rams are destined to be trash now. At least our pick numbers were up this season. Good amount of tackles for loss. Danny Tucker had a really good season. Good season for the rookie left end. Outside of that, though, there's just not a lot going on for this team. Let's take a look at these yearly awards. Josh Allen wins MVP. No Rams. Coach of the Year. Obviously not going to be any Rams there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Cooper Kupp, number 6. Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald, number 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Aaron Pickens was number 2. George Lewis is number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year. We do get that with Danny Tucker at least. Taylor Hawkins down there. Best QB, best running back. Obviously not going to be on there. We have Cooper Kupp at 4. Best receiver, best O-lineman. Osiris Torrance at number 8. Aaron Donald, number 3. Nothing. Cool. So as usual, it's Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp leading the way. It's Chiefs, Packers, in the Super Bowl. And then the Packers are also in the Super Bowl, so maybe you take a look at that playbook. Green Bay. We're going to try Green Bay. Since they are in the Super Bowl, maybe it'll mean something for us. And the Packers end up beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 34-24. Austin Eckler with the Packers wins Super Bowl MVP. NFL, obviously Raiders lead the league because Josh Jacobs is an animal. So I might go Cowboys. We're going to go Cowboys offense. And Daniel Jones with the Packers led them to the Super Bowl with 35 touchdowns and 7 picks. I mean, Aaron Pickens still, he was up here, but like, he wasn't throwing touchdowns like that. Yeah, we're going to go with Dallas offense, Green Bay defense, see if that changes anything for us next season. Hopefully it does. Time for re-signings, and Byron Murphy needs to come back. Give him a 2-year deal. 8 mil, he should accept that. Happy to sign and continue. Yes, you are. We have a lot of cap room. And actually, he won't be coming back, so have a nice life, loser. Terrence Steele, I'd like to bring back on a 1-year deal. Bump that up to 5 mil. He should accept. That's a good offer. Yes, it is. Sean Murphy Bunting, I think I'll let him walk at 30 years old. He's just going to get worse. Osiris Torrance, we have to bring back one of the key pieces of this team. Give him 5 mil, 4.5 bonus. And Osiris Torrance re-signs. We're also going to have Emil Ekiyor here, give him a 3-year deal, 2.5 and a 1.5, and he will be back with the team. I didn't think the day would come, guys. Cooper Kupp retired. We are not in a good position offensively now. We have Derwin James here. Obviously, I'm going to throw the bag at him. This is going to be... I'll give him a 3-year, sure. Bump that up to 12, bump that up to 7. Hopefully he will accept that. He has interest in the team. And yeah, we have X Factor Brandon Ayuk. I would love to bring him in. I'm going to give him 14.6, sure. And 8 mil. Hopefully that's enough to get him on the team. Should we? We should, right? Like, if CJ Stroud's on the market, I'm going to offer him a 7-year deal. He has no interest in the team, so we're going to have to give him more money. Let's go with that deal. And we're going to have to bump that up a little more. I hate 7-year, very player-friendly deal. Puts us on top. Hopefully it's enough. If we add CJ Stroud to this team, along with X Factor Brandon Ayuk, we're going to be in a very good position. And we only got Ayuk and Ricks. No! CJ Stroud went to the Chargers. And where did Derwin James go? He went with the Patriots. Alright. And we don't get Gallup. So we walk out of free agency with Brandon Ayuk and Eli Ricks. It's not the most lucrative free agency, but we came out with something at least, you know. Kenny Vaughn was the only player I was kind of like, maybe I'll trade up for him. I can go with Courtney Glenn, who we don't know his man coverage, but we do know he has great speed, elite excel, elite strength, great agility. This dude's an athlete, and he does have B press and B zone. I think I'm just going to go with Courtney Glenn because he looks amazing. He has hidden dev, he's really fast. 73 strength on a 5'10", 184 corner is pretty crazy. Maybe he plays safety for us, to be honest. I'll have to see what his tackling and those kind of safety stats look like on him. But, you know, he could move back to safety potentially. You know what? We'll do it. Charles Hightower. Off the board. Hidden dev, 92 strength. 78 speed is not bad. Thought he was going to be a little slower. We'll take it. After the potential final draft of this rebuild, let's go ahead and take a look at the draft recap. This draft was kind of weak in my opinion. There wasn't a whole lot going on aside from these first couple picks. I made a couple more and then I just simmed it out because there wasn't anything that intrigued me. But we get Courtney Glenn, first round corner, 5'10", 76 overall with hidden dev, 78 zone, 72 man. His tackling is not the best. 73 hit power for a corner with 73 strength is pretty good to me. Don't know if I'll move him back to safety. I'll have to take a look around, see what's going on. Charles Hightower, 75 overall, hidden dev left end. Pretty good run stopper. Not too much of a pass rusher, although he does have the bull rush trait. And then Alex Drummond, 73 overall, normal dev receiver. He's pretty well rounded. I took a shot on him because, you know, you can never have too many receivers. And, you know, for the third round, not a bad pick. The rest were just pretty much depth pieces. 77, the best one was Chad McKenzie, actually. But I'm happy with Courtney Glenn. Does Chad McKenzie have hidden dev? He does. And if he is better than a star, I might not be too happy with Courtney Glenn. He's only a star. Yes. Heading into what could be the final year of this rebuild, this is what the offense is looking like. We have Brandon Ayuk coming in to replace Cooper Kupp. Outside of Ayuk and the tight end Huff, offense has not developed great. We had to stick it out with Stafford for a while, and I probably should have moved on earlier than I did, but we just didn't have the capital or the money to do anything about it. And realistically, this is what it's going to look like for the Rams moving forward. And it is a realistic rebuild. It's going to take them a while to get back. And by the time they get back, they're probably going to be moving on from Ramsey and Donald, or maybe in their final year. Like, we just lost Cooper Kupp. And hopefully this is going to be the best season we've had. And it's going to be without Cooper Kupp. I did end up moving Byron Murphy to free safety. I decided it'd be smart to leave Jalen Ramsey as a corner, so we have him matching up with the receivers. That means I slid Hawkins over to strong safety, so we're going to have Byron Murphy at free, Hawkins at strong, and then we're going to have Courtney Glenn in the slot at the midseason mark. It is better than usual. We are 3-4. I really thought this was going to be the year, but you know, maybe the QB needs another year of development. Maybe he needs more weapons. Maybe he's not the guy. And if he's not the guy, then what are we doing here? You know? Try and bring back Aaron Donald on a whopper of a deal. Give him a 15 mil. He could find a better team. Yeah, you probably could find a better team. I'm not going to lie. But you're really going to throw what we've built in the trash? We haven't built much, but if Brandon Huff comes back, and Brandon Huff will be back. Terrence Steele, I'd still like to bring him back. Get him back on a 5-4. The length brings the offer down. That's what you asked me for, brother. Aaron Porter hasn't... I mean, I'm going to wait till the end of the season on him. Wait till the end of the season on Meadows. See if they have better seasons. We can replace Connor McGovern. And the rest, you know, we'll see what happens the rest of the way. Guys, I don't believe it. We made the playoffs at 11-6. Wild card, second in our division, it's fine. We got the 6th seed. We're not even in the last seed. One last hurrah. I'm guessing this is Aaron Donald. Yep. Oh, man. We got to do it for Aaron. Potential retirement of Aaron Donald has fired up the team. Plus 10 morale for all players. Just as so you guys can see, I did not force. Where are we at regular season? Nothing was forced. We just, after the midseason mark, team turned it up. Oh man, 45 points a couple times. Let's go ahead and take a look at these stats and awards, see if we had anything great. Nothing spectacular, but you know, touchdowns were up, picks were down. ETN got 1,000 yards, he stayed healthy. Ayuk and Palmer over 1,000, Huff 800. Jameson was kind of down. That's defensively. Lance Meadows, we're going to probably bring him back, even though, you know, it doesn't really matter. Wheaton with 8 sacks. And then Aaron Porter, 2 sacks. What happened? Hankins had 2 picks. Tremaine Baker had 2 picks. Neither of you were even starting. Hawkins was the starter and had 1. Alright. Byron Murphy did, you know, he did okay. We do come into this game with a higher overall, 85 to the Bucks 84. Then we'll have Dallas and Green Bay playbooks. And hopefully, we're not a one and done team. End of game. Hopefully we can get something going on. We drive down, we get stopped. Bucks drive down, they get stopped. And it's a very defensive game so far. Bucks take a 3-0 lead. And and it's still 0-3. We finally get on the board with a touchdown, and we take a 14-3 lead in the fourth quarter, 21-3 lead. We're putting the game away, 28-3. The Bucks can't come back. Now it's over. We are moving on to the next round of the playoffs. Oh, they have Will Levis at quarterback. Oh, go home, Will. Great. So Etienne's injured. It does look like we're going to be without Travis Etienne for this whole run, which is unfortunate. Michael Winters, I believe, is our backup right end. I think he was I'm not sure if he was a rookie or not, actually. But that's unfortunate. Are there any free agent running backs who could come in for this playoff run? We could bring in Austin Eckler. He's old. He is normal dev now. But then we're going to bring in Austin Eckler for this playoff run. Unfortunately, had to move Travis Etienne to the IR because he will not be back in time for the Super Bowl if we make it there. So I didn't want to make any moves to get rid of Knight or Stamper because they are actually serviceable players. And I know they just reset my whole depth chart, so I'm going to make sure that everything is good. And now we will head into the divisional round against the Cowboys. If I have to jump in at some point, I will, but we jump out to an early 7-3 lead, make it a 10-3 lead. Second quarter, we're up 13-10. Cowboys marching, we take the ball back. Cowboys take a 17-13 lead. We take 20-17 lead. 27-17 in the fourth quarter, 30-17. We're trying to put this game away. 33-17. 33-25. Cowboys are trying to come back and they can't, and we hold on to make it to the conference championship. McCarthy can't believe it. Couldn't even stop his own offensive scheme. Dak can't believe it. Dak's still here. Old man Dak. Old man Dakota. What's going on, man? Pickens coming at us again because we're winning for Aaron Donald. One more, coach. One more win and we're on our way to the Super Bowl. We aren't going to let Aaron walk away without the chance to play for a ring. We're almost there. If you guys keep playing like this, I have no doubt that we're going to win next week and then bring home a championship after that. Plus 10 morale again. In total, we have gotten plus 30 morale for these players going into these playoff games. And who are we going to be taking on in the NFC Conference Championship? It's going to be the 9-8 Niners. And the Niners are an 84 overall. We have Brandon Ayuk that we stole from them, who is an X Factor, and Debo is not. Still have McCaffrey and Fred Warner on the team. And we're going to try and see if we can beat the Niners to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, when you get this far, you kind of got to make it to the Super Bowl, right? The Niners are going to take a 7-0 lead. Rams, we tie it up. All right, cool. And the Niners take a 14-7 lead. We tie it right back up. 14-21, 14. Niners are up now into the fourth quarter. We are down 21-17. It looks like it's out of reach at this point. I was going to jump in, but at this point, there's no way we're coming back. The game is over. We lost 31-24. And you know what? When you get that close, you don't want to stop. Even though Aaron Donald's going to be retiring, I'm going to give this one more season. And Aaron Donald holding a press conference. Aaron, you were one game away from the Super Bowl. It must be tough knowing that you might not get this chance again. Definitely, I don't know if I'll be back. The dream is to go out on top. So to get this close, it's tough, but I'm not ready to make that decision yet. So he might come back for another year. If he does, this next season could be different. Hopefully he comes back. Because it'd be nice to have him. As for the Pro Bowl roster, no quarterbacks, no running backs. Brandon Ayuk is in the Pro Bowl. Anyone else? So he just took over for our Cooper Kupp Pro Bowler spot. And then Aaron Donald, of course, every year. There's that D tackle Meander. I thought about taking Meander the Commander. As for defense aside from Aaron Donald, there's not a whole lot here going on. Harrison Butker made it. It would have been nice if he made that field goal in our conference championship game. And Drummond, the rookie receiver, actually makes it as a kick returner. Let's just check out these yearly awards, see if we won anything. Josh Allen wins MVP. Aaron Pickens at number 9, okay. Offensive Player of the Year. Ayuk and ETN at 9 and 10. ETN, it would have been nice if we had him for the playoffs. Aaron Donald, number 6 for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie, Alex Drummond at number 7. Defensive Rookie, nothing. Best QB, we had Pickens at 4. Best running back, ETN at 5. Best receiver, Ayuk at 3. So we had a lot more guys than normal on the list this season. Aaron Donald, number 4 for D lineman. Wheaton, number 7 for linebacker. And no one for DB. Butker, 4 for kicker. So we had a lot more on the list than normal. Pickens stays at a star. Huff is down to a superstar. I thought I turned depth trait regression off. Clearly I didn't, but it is going to be what it is. And Wheaton goes up to superstar. We at least get that. Glenn is a superstar. He's going to move up to the 2nd spot. The Texans end up winning the Super Bowl 30-24 over the Niners, with Dameon Pierce being the Super Bowl MVP. In the Texans' first Super Bowl win. Aaron Donald is still here. He goes back up to X Factor. He hasn't retired yet. So we're going to try a very player-friendly deal, but I want to knock that down to 1 year. Wait, not 7. We don't want that. Neutral, player-friendly, very player-friendly. You know what? We'll do it. And he's back. It says 3 years. I don't think he'll actually play for 3 years. 5 year, we'll bump this up to 3.5, and that should do it for him. We get Lance Meadows back. Rafael Tafoya is a very good backup. So I'll bring him back on this kind of deal. It's a good offer. Sure is a good offer, buddy. Then I'll let everyone else walk. And we're going to put in an offer on Tony Pollard. 2 years. He is interested in the team, so that should be a good offer for him. Aaron Porter, there's 5 teams interested. They can have him. He's trash. There are targeted 4 players. Let's see if we get any of them. And we get Pollard, Hallman, and JC Jackson. We did not get the tackle. That's unfortunate, because he was the one I actually wanted the most. There goes Roy Love to the Super Bowl winning Texans, of course. In this final draft, I ended up taking 2 defensive tackles, my first 2 picks. That being because we need an edge rusher, and the player I have playing left end right now can swap over to right outside linebacker. Kind of looks a lot like Ramon Bautista, and Ramon Bautista also has the ability of doing that. But I was okay with these picks. Alexander Douglas will probably slide into left end, fill in that spot. 83 power moves out the gate. Pretty dang good. I like it. Heading into the 6th and final season, this is what our roster looks like. Wish we could have done better at the quarterback position, but Pickens led us to the conference championship last year, so it shouldn't be a problem. Got Hallman playing at wide receiver 3 over Josh Palmer, and we have Drummond at 5. Receiver room is very good. Moved Osiris Torrance over to right tackle since we had a hole there now. And the rookie from last year, Ryan Neal, the backup right guard, is now going to be our left guard. Ricky Douglas at left end, and Tucker moved from left end to right outside linebacker. We have Murphy and Hawkins at safety. We got Jalen Ramsey still here strong with Aaron Donald. We got Eli Ricks at cornerback 2, and then Glenn is going to be in the slot. Hoping this team can carry us to the playoffs, and we can get a Super Bowl win. At the midseason mark, we're sitting with a 4-3 record. I really hate doing auto-progress players, but it takes so much time to do it. So I'll do some right here. Just take a little look at our players, where they're at. Taekwon Wheaton, 89 power moves. I would like to get his block shutting up more, but if we can get that past 90, that would be great. And it goes up to 90. Next, we have Eli Ricks, who has no man coverage because the CPU just doesn't upgrade things that they're not good at. So he's sitting here with 90 zone, 74 man. At the end of the regular season, we have an 11-6 record just like last season, but this time we actually won the division. And Aaron Donald is going to do this every year to fire up the team, I guess, from here on out. This could actually be his last season, though. I wouldn't be surprised. And we're going to have a breakout linebacker in the wildcard game. Danny Tucker. Maybe outside linebacker was the position for him all along. Let's go ahead and take a look at these stats now that we're through the season. Great season from Aaron Pickens. Oh my gosh. 4,700 yards, 43 touchdowns, 10 picks. Rushing was pretty split because I had ETN as the power back and Pollard as the third down back. So, but still getting 1,100 yards as not even, well, he was also the starting running back. But Pollard got in there too, and I like to see that. Receiving, Ayuk was only went over 1,000. Jameson Williams had a good season though. Brandon Huff as well. Greg Hallman was okay. Palmer got in there. Huge year for Lance Meadows. That is a lot of tackles. Oh boy, brother. And Aaron Donald still doing Aaron Donald things. 21 tackle for loss, 15 sacks leading the way, and not much in the way of sacks the rest of the team. Alexander Douglas, the rookie, did have 14 tackles for loss though, so you like to see that. Couple people with 2 picks here and there, a couple with 1, nothing crazy. Deflections, forced fumbles. We had 1 forced fumble by Hawkins. He had a block as well. No safeties. 1 touchdown from Jalen Ramsey, and kind of a lackluster year on defense. We did sign Matt Gay as the kicker, who had an okay season. Didn't seem like we kicked a lot of field goals though. And we do have home field advantage in this one because we did win our division. Hopefully it means something. End of game, and let's see what happens. Washington marches down and scores like it's nobody's business. We get a field goal, and they take a 14-3 lead. We punt. Lot of not good stuff going on for our team here. Washington takes a 21-3 lead, and going into the fourth quarter, we kick another field goal. We're down 28-6, and it looks like we are not going to be winning any kind of Super Bowls in this rebuild. Very unfortunate. You know, it's not exactly what you want to do when you do a rebuild, but we got the team kind of back into a winning position, and they have a lot of pieces for the future going forward from here. Pickens is still developing. Don't know if he's for sure the guy here in Los Angeles, but that's not for me to decide since this is going to be the last year of our rebuild. Rushing yards, terrible. We haven't been able to run the ball this whole rebuild, I swear. Except for the past 2 seasons, ETN had pretty decent years. Just unfortunate because Pickens had an awesome year. Jalen Ramsey, can't believe it. This could be his final year as well. Wonder if we got our breakout though. Nope, Danny Tucker didn't even get it. Last hurrah. It's going to be another press conference from Aaron Donald. No, it's not. Aaron had a look on his face I'll never forget. Yeah, I mean, he was the best player on this team the whole rebuild, and that's pretty expectable, to be honest. Yeah, you should have done more, to be honest, Pickens. And Aaron Donald has announced his retirement from the NFL. Well, if anything, we did end up getting to the end of Aaron Donald's career. Pickens is QB1 for the Pro Bowl, so you'll love to see that. Even though, you know, the team didn't quite do what it needed to do. Ayuk made the Pro Bowl as well. Huff also in the Pro Bowl. I'm okay with that. That's probably our best. Aaron Donald already retired, so he's not going to be here. He said, man, I'm done. Meadows, middle linebacker 1. Okay. Definitely our best year for the Pro Bowl. Hawkins also made it at strong safety 2. And so was that 5 Pro Bowlers. Definitely the best we've had. We'll take a look at these yearly awards. Pickens does not win MVP. I thought he might have a chance at it, but Patrick Mahomes gets it. And were we even on? We were 8th for Coach of the Year. Offensive player Ayuk and Pickens, number 2 and 3. And they won't even show Aaron Donald on this list because he already retired. Dude retired so fast. We did get Alexander Douglas Defensive Rookie of the Year. Best quarterback. Aaron Pickens did win that though. Best running back, receiver. And at least we won, we won a couple awards. First couple years of this rebuild were brutal, but turned it around. 87 overall. And yeah, let's see if we have any dev ups. Pickens finally up to a superstar. You'd love to see that. Who else do we have? A bunch of stars on the O-line. Thomas never had his revealed because he didn't really play. Defensively, Douglas up to a... Oh no, he probably went up to superstar because of the award. Yeah, so he had a star, of course. Terrible drafts throughout this whole rebuild. Star, star, normal, star, star, stars. And then no one else really got anything. It was a pretty good team to finish with, though. I'm not too upset. Aaron Donald gone now. Winter's in the spot. But Jalen Ramsey hasn't retired yet. Byron Murphy, free safety. Who would have thought? Not a terrible roster. We did keep Ekiyor and Torrance throughout. Advancing ahead, the Titans whooped on the Cardinals in the Super Bowl 31-10 with Christian Richardson, a left outside linebacker, winning Super Bowl MVP. Interesting. This is going to conclude the realistic rebuild of the Rams. Be on the lookout for more rebuilds. This was the first of many coming from me. And I really enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I've done plenty of these like on my own. Just this is the first time I've recorded one. He must have had a really good game in the Super Bowl. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. It just helps out the channel, and I hope you guys come back for more. But until next time, bye-bye.